ng one-time clothing allowance at 1,000 pesos. So, one time lang po ito. During first year, pambili po ito ng PE uniform. Then, transportation allowance. Ito naman po yung mag-aaral outside the province. Halimbawa, taga Masbate ka, mag-aaral ka sa Legazpi, pwede mo po ma-avail itong transportation allowance. Mayroon po itong requirements, official ticket, kung nag-boat kayo, yung boat ticket, kung nag-bus kayo, bus ticket, kung nag-plane kayo, yung plane ticket, at saka yung boarding pass, kung nag-plane. Yung pong plane ticket na binili ninyo through travel agencies ay hindi po siya tatanggapin ni SEI. So ito pong transportation allowance ay ano lang po ito, round trip. Start ng semester at tapos ng semester. Halimbawa, ngayon ang start ng semester ay August. So ngayong August pwede kayong mag-claim and then ang sunod nyo naman na claim ay sa May, pagkatapos ng semester. Hindi po ito yung everyday na pamasahe ha. One economy round trip fare from residence to school. Those na mag-enroll po outside their home province.
Di sa nag-swimming.
Then thesis allowance. Para po ma-avail nyo ang benefit na ito, kailangan nyo magpasa ng signed approval sheet ng inyong thesis proposal at one-page abstract. Ang thesis allowance po ay 10,000 during regular academic year. At one time din po ito. Isang beses lang. Then, graduation allowance of 1,000 pesos to be released during the last semester or term ng inyong program of study.
Kasi nakirita kami.
And then, ito po bago lang sa ating mga bagong scholars, the Advisory Committee on SLD Scholarship or ACSTS recently approved the Research Dissemination Grant through ACSTS Resolution number 2024-04 dated June 3, 2024. The Research Dissemination Grant of 50,000 pesos is a funding support granted to scholars whose thesis outputs have been accepted for oral or poster presentation in a local or an international conference or publication in a referred technical journal subject to the approval of the DOST SEI. So the dissemination grant will give the DOST SEI scholars an opportunity to present and share their research findings with a broader community, foster research collaboration, and promote innovation and maximize the impact of scholarly research. Scholars can avail of the research dissemination grant of up to 50,000 pesos to cover the registration or the publication fee, round-trip transportation expenses, and daily living allowance or yung pang food and accommodation.
Pero sa college lang yan, o.
So that sums up yung ating scholarship privileges. Again, tuition and other school fees of 40,000 per academic year or 10,000 for mid-year. Learning materials of 10,000 per academic year or 2,000 per summer. Monthly living allowance of 8,000 per month. Clothing allowance of 1,000. Actual transportation. Group accident insurance, once na nag-avail kayo, i-enroll namin kayo sa GSIS. Then one-time na thesis allowance of 10,000. And then graduation allowance of 1,000. And then research dissemination grant of up to 50,000.
Kasabayan
mo. Kasalanan ko na.
Aside from financial benefits, si SEI po ay nag-conduct din ng mga SLT Learning Assistance Programs sa aming ongoing scholars. Meron tayong practical training program, Scholars Leadership Camp, we have the Scholars Technopreneurship Training Program, DUST Exit Conference, ito po para sa mga graduating scholars. Mayroon din pong kinokondak ang SCI na job fair. Then yung mga honor graduates po ay binibigyan namin ng Medal for Academic Excellence. Ito po yung tinatawag naming In Touch with Excellence. And then mayroon ding mga universities na mayroong Learning Resource Center na mayroong mga scholars doon na pwede kayong magpatulong kung mayroon kayong problema sa mga inyong academic subject.
Para lang sa mga scholars.
Now we will discuss the obligation as DOST SEI scholar. Mayroon kayong dapat na i-maintain bago ninyo mag-receive ang inyong financial assistance. So what are those obligations? second year, semestral weighted average na po. 2.75 or better, again, kapag UP system, or 2.5 or 85 kung sa other schools. Then, during your third, fourth, and fifth year, wala na kayong i-maintain na weighted average, lahat po ay passing grade na lang in all academic subjects. Should the scholar incur any academic deficiency or naka-incur kayo ng bagsak, his or her academic performance shall be evaluated based on guidelines approved by the Advisory Committee on Science and Technology Scholarship, and it shall be elevated through the National Technical and Selection Committee for deliberation. Kapag po nagkaroon na ng dalawang bagsak sa isang semester ng isang scholar, ini-endorse na po namin yan sa SEI for appropriate action para po ma-determine kung ano ang iyong scholarship status. And then, makakatanggap kayo ng memorandum kung ano na po ang status ng inyong scholarship. For the academic load, the party of the second part shall enroll the required regular academic load for each school term, trimester, or quarter term. So, kada po course, mayroon po tayong sinusunod na course curriculum. So, dapat susundin ninyo kung ano ang nakalagay doon sa course curriculum. In order to finish the degree on time, you must follow the regular schedule of academic course offerings prescribed in your program of study. You shall carry the full academic load per semester or term based on your plan or program of study. In case of underload, the DOST SEI will issue a memorandum on the status of your scholarship. Kapag po underload, pwedeng ang status ninyo ay partial allowance. If this underload leads you to enroll in a mid-year, kapag po palagi kayong underload, pwede kayong mag-enroll sa mid-year. Yung pag-enroll niyo po sa mid-year ay hindi na sasagot ni DOST. Or, in case po mag-extend ang inyong pag-aaral, yung extension po ay hindi nasagot ni DOST. Sagot na po yan ng parent or legal guardian. For the reports, ano po yung mga reports na isasubmit ng isang DOST scholar? The party of the second part shall submit the following reports duly certified on the indicated period. At the start of the semester, registration form or certificate of enrollment. Ano po ang nakalagay sa registration form? Nandiyan po lahat ng subjects, yung number of units, yung course ninyo, at saka yung school, at saka kung anong semester po yan. So kung magsasubmit po tayo, dapat clear para po mas madaling ma-process ang inyong financial benefits. Then pagkatapos naman ng semester, certified true copy of grades of every academic subject taken during the previous semester. As a scholar, it shall be your responsibility to submit the periodic reports duly certified to the UST-SEI or the UST Regional Office as scheduled for the evaluation of your academic performance, determination of your scholarship status, and continuation of your financial assistance. Photocopy of the registration form or certificate of enrollment is acceptable, and certified report of grades may be submitted through a Google link that will be provided to you, but you still have to submit the original copy to the UST Regional Office through mail for validation before your financial assistance for the semester can be processed. So, pwede kayong mag-advance ng copy, then isasubmit nyo ulit yung original copy. Grades downloaded from the school portal may be acceptable as long as it is certified by the university registrar or any authorized school signatory. The following special reports may be submitted when necessary to the UST, SEI, or to the UST Regional Office. Curriculum or program of study, bank account number, practical training, approved thesis proposal, and one-page thesis abstract. Kung mayroon kayong mga problemang na-encounter, travels made, kung mayroon kayong opportunity na makapag-travel out of the country, changes, if any, in the study program, residence address, civil status, and legal guardian. Or kung mayroon kayong comments, which may be relevant to study program, and other reports na i-request sa inyo ni SCI from time to time. We will be issuing a memorandum on the list of reports and when you should submit each report for your guidance. Then for the final reports, after completion ng inyong BS degree, copy of your transcript of records, on completion of your course, and on immediate and future plans for employment or professional advancement, and other requirements relevant to the UST-SCI scholarship program within 1 month after graduation. In return po, kapag nakapag-submit kayo ng transcript of records, mag-issue din kami ng certification na kayo ay graduate na. Pwede nyo siyang gamitin paghanap ng trabaho. Then for yearly reports, report on employment status, professional advancement, civil status, mailing address, and others not later than December 30 of each calendar year for 2 or 3 consecutive years after graduation. So after graduation po, i-update nyo naman kami kung ano na po ang employment status ninyo. Then practical training, the party of the second part shall undergo the 240-hour practical training in any of the laboratories of the DOST and its agencies or at any of the research institutions or private companies during the summer or mid-year break immediately preceding his or her last year in college. Monthly stipend will be provided for the duration subject to the availability of funds for the purpose, the number of hours completed, and the pertinent government accounting and auditing rules. So the DOST-SCI requires the scholars to undergo practical training in mid-year prior to their last year in school. It is an opportunity for the scholar to experience